Good late evening, people. I've just gone and grabbed yous. I had promised that I wasn't going to make another video today, but I popped out to the garage just to have a bit of a look at what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. And I measured something and I go, oh, that's an interesting measurement. So I went and grabbed yous, brought yous out here. Now, I've got the assembled new parallel arms. I checked it with the square, the rail, and it's not square to the bench. It's out a little bit. The bottom edge is a bit sticky outy. And I thought, well, that's a bit of a bugger. I measured it, and yeah, sure enough, it was not what I want. It was about 0.22 of a mil out, so about a quarter of a mil out from parallel. Not bad, but I can do better. Anyway, I thought, well, if I'm going to actually add this rail at all, why not stick it in place? And so I clamped it in place, and then I measured it, and I go, oh, hang on. So I'm going to see whether I can replicate it again now, what I saw. So I come down, better put the glasses on, come down here, and I measure at this point here, because it's nearest the pivot, and I zero it out. Well, I do if bloody thing would stop moving on me. So I zero it out. Then I come down this end, yeah, and I'm within 0.15 of a mil. So I'm within, oh, hang on. What the heck's going on there? I'm within 2 or 3 100ths. It's depending upon where I touch the aluminium, but that's telling me the efforts that I went to this afternoon have paid off. It's weird though. I do find it quite strange that the board itself is not reading, with the digital calipers with that same reading. But hey, I'm kind of thinking I'm happy about that. Now I've got a decision. Because this rail is slightly, well, it's got the edge of it slightly not square to the table. I'm going to check it later on. I'll probably do it tomorrow. I'll pop these pivots off the pivots and see whether it is square itself. But do I plane this down very cautiously, just the bottom edge of the rail, to make the aluminium box section square to the edge, or do I try and shim it? Shimming it would be a bit tricky, just to shim the top edge, but I'm going to be fixing the aluminium box section to the rail anyway, and I thought, well, do I just shim it at the top, above the actual screw or the bolt that I'll be putting in, which is possible, and it might tip it enough to make it square, or plane the bottom edge of this, the melamine. I like the idea of not touching this, because if I ever had to make another one, there's no guarantee I'll get the same results, etc. And it would, if I had to replace this for whatever reason, shimming it is something that's tricky but finite. It's but cutting the custom wood down, which I still may do if it's not square, means that every one of them will have to be done as a custom tuning or fit for this. And if you ever have to go to replace it, then it's difficult. Well, that was my logic. In fact, let's just see, while I am talking to you, oh boy, that is a lovely fit. It really is. the tolerance of those pins and those holes. It's very nice. It's also that I've got a bit more friction on these because they're 25 mils thick, not 18. Hang on, I'll just put this down a minute. You just look at the wall for a second. But what I'm going to do is to check whether the edge is square, because that wouldn't be a bad thing to do. Right, back with you. Hold it there. Put my eyeballs back on. Sorry about this. It's not. Oh, it's pretty darn good. I'd say it's as much to do. Hang on. It's as much to do with the. Just trying to get you in shot. You're not going to see it, but there's a tiny little discrepancy. Yeah, you can actually see it there. Oh, sorry. It's not focusing because it's picking up the background, but the top of it's actually got a shape to it. Now, this is where I had been making comment several times about making a dimensioning router setup. It's for this very reason. Actually, I'll just see if I can reorientate the gimbal. Yeah, it's pointing. Yeah, this has actually got a shape to it, and as such, it rocks. Now, I may have done that a little bit with the hand plane but I clamped all of them together, all these components together, and gave them a bit of a tickle up with the plane. But it might not have been enough, or I might have induced the problem anyway. So it's like bugger. Hang on, let's just have another look at something. I want to exhaust the. Oh. Yeah, I'm just checking for the alignments and the tolerances. They're pretty good, but you can see. So there's a little shape in the board. I noticed that we're off the saw, because this was cut with the bench saw, and then even as I said, I gave it a little bit of a tickle, not much, with the hand plane. So it's a long, one of the big long planes, and I thought I would be keeping it nice and true. I wonder whether I do have to give that another tickle with the plane, just to drop that edge off. As I said, I'm a bit loath to do that because I'd like to keep them as unadulterated as possible. Queries. The other thing is, I can see, that's the thing, in I can see a shape there too to the surface, but I don't see it there. It seems to be more flat than that. I wonder whether we've got the possibility of reorientating them around, so the different surfaces. I'm just eyeballing it. No, it is definitely, I'm just looking here, it's definitely not 100% square, which is a bit annoying. It might be something I have to have a look at with my saw, but it's so fine. I'm talking very, very small amount. But if we can accommodate that, or counter that, yeah. But blow me down, putting those two things together, it actually surprised me that I got so close with the tolerance of this. What I might have to do, here's one thing, I might have to surface this, because you can see that there's a bit of paint in that on it. So any contaminants on that will definitely throw out the measurements, because we are talking about such fine measurements. So yeah, there's all that to think about. Okay, well, I'm quite happy that unless we've moved towards the tolerance just by what we made, without shimming it. And the beauty is, when we fix the aluminium section to this, we have that facility or capability of shimming it perfectly straight, or as perfect as I can make these bloody calipers function. And it must be a lot to do with me, the operator, rather than the tool. But yeah. Yeah, okay. Tomorrow, Sunday. Oh, I kind of know what I'll be doing. And it's having a wee bit of a fiddle with that. Rightio, that's it. Quite happy that we've got at least something more positive than it was the other day. I was most annoyed with the errors, but now we're starting to counter them. So, yeah, I like that. The sooner I can get the router, the dimensioning router attachment for this top, the better, because then all of the things start to work together. The saw does the job that a saw is good at, and then the router, the dimensioning router, does the rest of the job and improves the cut and surface. Also, just good if I want to edge it, because the surface becomes that much more refined. You say, well, get a better saw and a better blade. Yeah, in time, but we're working with what we've got. Happy now with the alignment of the drill and having a process to be able to check it using this, which has proved to be accurate by the way it was using it. Track saw, hinging, all nice and easy, rock solid, really, really good. So all in all, we're moving in the right direction. So I'll fiddle with this, and then I'll start looking at making the longer version and seeing what issues occurs. We've got them there. Yeah, and then we'll look at the insert for the router. It's just a small, like a palm router sort of thing, trim router, mounted in here, and or in a panel that can be put on here. And then we've got the next tool that goes to make everything work just that much better. And as I said the other day when I was making a video, it's a system. Part of that system was the Makita saw and track, and some of it is the Hongdui and hooked on wood system of the bench dogs and the hinges. I've got the type of top, that the MFT style of top, that permits all these additional things, and most MFT or most workbenches can have them. It's just that I can swap them in and out in a fashion which I find quite satisfactory. So all of that, and yeah, all of them working together, we've got a nice little system for producing things. Don't ask me what things are, and I couldn't tell you, but if I want to produce a thing, I can, simply and accurately. So that's got to be a plus. I know, I yak, but quite happy about all this at this stage. So yeah, yippee. Okie dokie, that's it. I'm off inside and probably hit the sack, come out here, hit the ground running tomorrow, and see whether we can make some more headway with it. Okay, until then, I'll see you later. Okay, bye now.